Xiluva have upped the ante in the registration of new members for the party. Bongani Baloyi, president of the party, says Xiluva is fairly meeting its target, and he joins us now via Zoom for more. Mr. Baloyi, thank you so much for joining us this evening. Talk to us about, of course, the registration drive. Is the party growing? What are the numbers? Where are you at this stage?
Well, good evening. Thank you for having us. Absolutely. The Xiluva is growing in leaps and bounds throughout the country. We've got now presence throughout the country, but we formally activated Gauteng, Limpopo, and Mpumalanga. This coming week, we are in Northwest, followed by KZN, and then followed by Eastern Cape, Free State, and the Northern Cape, Western Cape province. So 9 weeks later, we've actually been able to achieve the type of progress that only parties that are a year later able to achieve, which is quite symbolic, and at the same time demonstrating that we are resonating with young people. Beyond young people, our parents as well are coming out in numbers to support us and also sign up to be members of this political party. So at this stage, we are doing really well. We've got, members doing fantastic things across the various provinces on a single weekend during the course of the week. We're establishing presence throughout the country, which is really fantastic for an organization that's only 9 weeks old.
All right. And do you think you're going to meet the targets on time? That is, of course, the registration requirements, Bongani. I'm talking your quotas, your membership and your registration fees and so forth. Do you think you're going to reach that on time?
Absolutely. We are definitely going to reach that on time. We are well on course to be able to do so. We are expecting the IEC to give us our certificate shortly. It confirms that we are a fully functional and registered political party. And we definitely will be building up our resources through a membership drive. And now our 20 rands for membership subscription is starting to trickle in, which is quite exciting to see. Membership trickle into our accounts, and because there's revenue, that's a big part of our revenue at this stage, because we don't have any significant donors. It's our parents who are giving us 1,000 rand here, 200 rand here, and various other South Africans who are giving similar amounts to keep us going. But we are focused on meeting the deposit that you need to submit to the IEC that permits you to be able to contest for the national government and provincial government elections. So we are well on our way to be able to achieve that.
Now, Bongani, I know your stance on corruption. Now, talk to us about your funding model. I know you've had a lot to say about certain parties being funded by certain affiliations and people. How is your funding model different to what we're currently witnessing with other parties in the country?
Well, firstly, we're not approaching any businesses to support us. We are, it's South Africans, young people, people who are still working, and those within the middle class and in the professional class who are donating 1,000 rand here, 200, 4,000. I think the highest single amount that anyone has donated to our party is about 50,000 rands. And the bulk of our revenue now is starting to be dominated by the 20 rands that are trickling in. One membership book for us that's full contributes about 2,000 rand, and we're starting to see quite a healthy donation of those. If we can sustain those 20 books a month, we're easily able to continue this progress. So for us, that's our financial mix. We haven't received anything that's worthy for us to even donate above the threshold. We haven't even touched the threshold of the 100K for us to donate. And we're quite clear that this party is not for sale, and it will not be approaching the same individuals that support political parties across the spectrum, because we believe the moment we do so, we lose our ability to pursue our own individual agency as a party as we have defined, without that being given some strict rules and limitations on what we can do and what we can't do, but more equally on who we can work with after elections and who we can't work with after that. And we believe that's our sole decision to make, but that decision we can make only after the national government elections.
Now, I want to congratulate you on being a fully registered political party. Now, why, Bongani, did you reject the DA's Moonshot Pact invitation?
Well, firstly, we had just announced an intention to register a political party, and there was just a name that was announced. So at that stage, we have not even complied with the IEC regulations to do so. So it was too premature. So we're just announced. So you can only ask yourself why a party that has just announced its intention, or an individual that has announced their intention to form a party, would be seen as someone who, number one, would form part of and be an important role player in the national dynamics, and whom they felt that they need to get close at that point in time and not wait any longer. For us, there is quite a clear demonstration that they believe that whatever I'm starting would make a significant impact. But secondly, it was too premature. We can't engage in any conversation with any political party about the prospect of our 2024 after elections. We have to focus all of our attention and time specifically on growing our party. As you've alluded earlier on in your entry, that we've got a limited amount of time to be able to achieve significant milestones to present ourselves as a party that can be a truly trusted alternative in South African body politics, mostly an option for young people. So we felt it's too premature, and we believe that it doesn't make any sense for parties to have conversations now who in Parliament whom their mandate is expiring because the elections are coming next year. So what if the situation completely changed and they lose significant voter share and there's new entrants into the market that dominate? And we believe that conversation is best had immediately after elections. But before we do so as a party, we'll apply our minds and decide on the basis of what we've been able to achieve and decide what is our interest and what we want to pursue. And then we'll engage political parties and be able to shop around with what we want to put on the table. And we believe that the principles that we'll be able to coordinate such an agreement. But to do it now is just too soon. And I think it smacks of sheer opportunism.
All right. And Bongani, look, I mean, I started off this conversation with a package where, of course, the BLF, the ATM and the Land Party and so forth are somehow purported to be flirting with the idea of competing or contesting the national elections under one banner. Are you saying now, I hear what you're saying, that you are not at the stage as a party to have those conversations, but say now they do come and approach you and you do feel like that some of their mandate could possibly align with yours. Are you willing to reconsider and join their pact?
No, our decision will not change. We will not engage any political party until after the elections. Xiluva is going to contest as an independent party called Xiluva because we believe in what we believe in, and we believe our unique brand and identity and ideas is very distinct. And we present a different offer to the voters. These parties have contested elections firstly in their individual branding. They did not inspire new South Africans or young South Africans to go and register to vote. And those who are registered to vote and eligible to vote but did not go and vote, they were not inspired and animated by them. So we believe we are the ones who would act decisively within the market of those who are registered to vote and not voting, and those who are eligible to vote but have not even registered. So we don't want to put ourselves in some weird entanglements. So even if we can come with R1 million or $1 million, our decision will not change. We understand our generational mission and we are committed to that.
Mr. Baloyi, thank you so much for your time this evening. Best of luck. That is, of course, Mr. Bongani Baloyi. He is the party president of Xiluva. He's talking to us about some of the gains that, of course, the party has made in terms of registration for, of course, the next general elections.